I came across a story this week that, if I'm being honest with you, it tore me up. And it's a difficult topic to talk about, but it's a very important one. I came across this on my Twitter feed. Jordan Peterson shared it originally. That's where I saw it. And it's about a young woman who is 28 years old. Her name, I believe, is Zoraya Ter Beek. She's Dutch. She's right on the border of Germany. And this young woman has crippling personality disorder as well as extreme bipolar. And she has decided that in early May, she will end her life through state-sponsored euthanasia. Now, this is heartbreaking because, as a pro-life person and someone who believes that the value of life is key to understanding the value of liberty, and without life, ultimately, there is no liberty. It is heartbreaking, and it leads down a scary road, because if the state can end your life, even if it's voluntary, even if you say it's voluntary, like this young woman who has decided she wants to end her life, if you give the state that power to decide who lives and who dies, what is to stop the state from later coming back and saying, okay, we determine that this group of undesirable people, well, they can't produce, they are past their prime, or they have a disability. What's to stop them from carrying out eugenicist policies? This is sad, and it's disgusting. I am broken by this story because, if I'm being honest, I think that the majority of our problems as a society at large stem from no longer understanding the value of life. And every life, my friends, has value. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your background is. As a Christian, it is my responsibility to tell you, God put you on this planet for a reason. That is not to say that God allowed everything that has happened to you. For God's sake, I think that I'm in a good position to be able to talk about this because I was born with cerebral palsy. My life is not an easy one, so I understand what it's like to be depressed at times, and even, if I'm being quite honest with you guys, to struggle with the temptation of suicide, because I have in the past. And it's quite the difficult topic, because at my lowest points, there have been times in my life where I thought about ending it. But it is only due to my love of Jesus Christ, the Savior, that it stopped my own hand. And it's difficult. It is very difficult, to see a young woman who wanted to be a doctor feel that she needs to end her life. And this woman, she has a boyfriend. She has people that love her. I'm here to tell you that sometimes horrible things happen in life, but God didn't do it. Jesus Christ brings life, and only good things come from the Father. I know that there are some people who would claim to be Christians that have a very bipolar view of God. But I am here to tell you and to testify before you today, my friends, that Jesus Christ is the only pure way to interpret God. If Jesus didn't do it, it's not in the nature of the Father. Jesus Christ came to show us exactly who the Father is and to reveal his nature. I feel sorry for this woman because she does not know that. And I feel sorry, if I'm being honest, for all people who claim to not believe in God. Because if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be before you right now making this video. As I said, life with cerebral palsy is not an easy one, but it's worth it. All our struggles in life are worth it. God didn't mean for those things to happen, whatever you're dealing with, but it's part of what we deal with living in a fallen world. But Christ came to make all things new. And I promise you that if you're dealing with something right now today, God will take your crappy situation and turn it into something beautiful. I am a testament of that. And all life has value. You're here for a reason. And as someone who is very pro-life, I see that this is opening a Pandora's box. I am against state euthanasia, obviously, because it's anti-Christian, it's anti-Christ, it's anti-life. I'm not just against killing people in the womb, but I realize that if we allow that, be it killing a baby in the womb, or we allow, in her case, in the Netherlands, killing people because they have a depression disorder, bipolar disorder, any of the disorders, you're only a hop, skip, and a jump from allowing the state to determine who lives and who dies. And that, my friends, is the gateway to totalitarianism. Totalitarian governments thrive off of deciding every detail of our lives, even coming down to who lives and who dies. I pray for this woman. I pray that Zoraya will know the love of Jesus Christ. And this is disgusting that I even have to talk about it. It's disgusting that someone has bought into the lie that their life doesn't have value, because I don't care if you believe that it doesn't. It does. If you only understood what Christ went through to give you new life in Him, you would understand that you are here for a divine purpose. Every single human life has a divine purpose. And if there's one key mission statement, one key idea that I want to communicate to you above everything else, it is that. It's that all life has divine nature through Christ. And without that, nothing else matters. And don't think to yourself for 1 minute that, oh, this is in another country. Why should Americans worry about it? Do not be naive, and do not think that if we don't start fostering a culture that values and appreciates and understands the value of human life, that things like that can't and won't happen here. I have studied the history of totalitarian governments. Don't think that just because it's not in American culture and our value system, that it can't and wouldn't happen here. This should be opposed. I ask that all of you pray for this young woman and that you share this story and help it get out there. Please like, share, and subscribe. This was a difficult thing to talk about, but I find that the most difficult things to talk about sometimes are the most beneficial. Please, please understand the importance of fostering a value and a culture that values the precious gift of life. Because I've said it before and I will continually say it. Without life, there is no liberty. Please like, share, and subscribe, because you won't find someone that understands and values the precious gift of life more than me. I hope that this touches you and that it blesses your heart and that you understand the value of your life. Please, please, my friends, don't underestimate the hole that your absence would leave. Fight for life.